Well, hi there, friends and neighbors. It's me, Adam. If you're like me, actually, if you're like most of the people I know, you're just getting back from a convention. Which convention? I have no idea because there were so many of them over the last weekend that at this point, it doesn't really matter. We're all in this sort of like convention limbo. And as a result, everybody I talk to is just a little bit off. We're all just trying to making this up as we go along. Speaking of making this up as we go along, this week I normally have a full view of what's going on behind the scenes. For some reason, I'm not, so I'm completely at the whim of whoever is pushing buttons. So here's what I'm going to do: we're doing a pre-show banter. We're talking about what's happening inside of the show. We're talking about what's happening inside the comic shops. We're talking about what's happening at the conventions, like everything. We're talking about comics this week. So I'm going to let whoever's pushing the buttons just bring in people one at a time. And we're going to introduce them and we're going to talk to them because I have zero control. And I'm okay with that. Look at that, it's Megan. It's Megan, everybody. Oh, more Megan, less Adam. I love that. This is great. This is like live show roulette.
It's a blind bag for people. Keep it all in industry terms.
And we got the Chase variant to start off with. Oh, and here we go.
Hello.
Here's a common card. Hey, Joe.
I was going to give Joe the 1 in 100.
That's more accurate. Thank you, Megan.
You're welcome.
I will say, not at a convention this weekend. Still managed to get con crud. So, still there in spirit.
It's like the bonus. It's the bonus that you didn't even have to do the travel for. Congratulations.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, Gabe. When did you
the oversized variant, as you would like to call me? Never gonna live that down, pal. I'm telling you.
I did not call you anything that you seem to think I did. I very intentionally did not, actually. Yeah,
I'm so excited to hear about your C2E2 experience. My goodness, we haven't talked.
I know, man. I got home and went immediately quiet. I could not handle it. I had to actually do my best to not talk yesterday. It was incredible. I was worn out, mostly because I can't even push buttons to say Dirk Manning's conversation. You know what? This is all roulette. Just jump in there. Let's go.
There you go. Here, I'm gonna bring our special guest in too.
Oh, excellent!
Hey,
Adriano!
how's it going?
Hey, everybody! It's Adriano of Pesto Comics. You're having a good week.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, it was stressful up until this morning. Now it's a great week.
Excellent. Well, we're gonna let's leave that for later in the show. Make people show up for your segment. What you guys all know what the rundown is. What happened in comics that we're not talking about today? What's the what are the big pieces that you took away from the conventions that just happened? Anybody? Or was that the only one in this crew? Actually, Brian and I both were at C2E2, but the rest of you kind of stayed home, right?
Yeah, there were a lot of Comic Cons this weekend.
Yeah, really.
Everyone could tell me they're at a con, and I thought they're all at the same con, but they were at like 3 or 4 different cons. It was like you guys C2E2, Kansas City Planet Con or whatever, and then WonderCon.
And PAX East, if you're a gamer.
And PAX East.
Oh wow.
Which was last weekend, wasn't it? Wasn't it the weekend of Toronto Comic Con?
No, they were posting stuff from this weekend, so you had just overwhelming amounts of decisions to make of where you wanted to spend your money and what fandoms to support.
That's a packed weekend, yeah.
Our pal Rico was in Lexington at LexCon, which is another.
that was also this weekend.
Wow,
growing show as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Just the whole live event space is so busy right now. I cannot imagine trying. Yeah. How do you find a weekend that something isn't happening, right? I think it's just going to go later and earlier in the calendar. It has to be. Yeah, dude. I totally get that. Adriano, what do you do when you know that the FOC, because you've been on the road pretty solidly.
Yep.
For the last little bit, making sure that you get those numbers up. Good on you. We're going to talk quite a bit about that. But what do you do during the weekend where numbers are in? You don't have to go out. You don't have to do any more visits. Do you just finally I'm going to lay down? Like, what is it?
A little bit. Yeah, yeah. I still got plans to go places. Like it doesn't stop with issue 1, but yeah, like I'll relax this weekend. You know, it's a long weekend to here too, so I'm gonna use that to my advantage. Recuperate a bit, save a little bit on gas because driving around is getting a little more expensive.
True.
But we don't all have the EVs like Brian. But what can you do?
I know.
Yeah, I don't know that it was a great idea driving to Chicago my first time. It was fun. Let's just say that.
A little bit dicey.
I will say his back seat was roomier than I thought it was going to be because we did go around. There was a point. You guys are going to appreciate this. There was a point where Django, Brian, Jeff, and I all went to Mr. Beef, and we had a beef sandwich, and it's a transcendent moment. You're having a good sandwich. It's fantastic. The beef sandwich got peppers. It's got the jus. Man, there occasionally you hit a bite, and it's just mind blowing. Your eyes open wider.
It literally, as that bite happened, I saw his life change, and a waterfall of liquids came out of the sandwich. It was the most staggering thing I've ever seen. And as he bites in, you just see oh, I'll never have the moment before I had this sandwich ever again. It changed the man.
It's an incredible moment. I love
this. Is why I had to leave Chicago.
Yeah,
and now, of course, there's a Portillo's 2.5 miles from my house in Detroit. So great.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, thin was never for most of us never an option, so we might as well enjoy it. That's see, that put that on me, Gabe. That was not about you. That was about me. Never being thin. That's what it was. All right. Anyway, yes. I will say we did not get a chance to hit all the sandwiches that we wanted in Chicago because I personally was only there for one full day. But yeah, that was a weird one. Also, I did get stuck in what was it? Minneapolis?
Madison,
Wisconsin. That's right. It was, I don't know, all those flyover states. There's like one big blob to me. But I did have some cheese curds in the airport, and that was also. I'm just saying
you coastal elite.
They had you actually stopped in the airport. I thought you were just refueling and getting the heck out of.
No. We had to wait for at least it was an hour and a half. Actually, they made us get off the flight because it was just long enough that we weren't allowed to sit on the flight. Or on the plane waiting for it to refuel. Because apparently we came down to Chicago, we had to circle and then ran out of gas, and then so we had to go to Madison and sit while they refueled. Because it's bad to actually run out of gas when you're circling Chicago. I don't know. They tell me anyway. I figured just coast, right? Just could you coast into the next station?
That's coming, I'm sure. Yeah.
Airport cheese curd sounds like A, a terrible decision, and B, a really crappy ska band. So I'm thinking.
Yeah, especially getting back on a flight after having the cheese curds sounds risky.
Yeah. That's me. I live dangerous.
Dangerous.
I was more worried about the massive storm that had rolled in as you were circling around. It was just I would not want to be flying in this right now.
Yeah, but you guys were stuck in traffic when the water coming in at you sideways,
Chicago,
right?
Normal Chicago traffic, though.
Yeah. Oh, sweet home, Chicago. I was a little irritated. Not once did we get into a car chase with lots of police cars. That was a little disappointing.
Well, I did see the Joker on some of those underneath the L train a couple times. So we had
well, that's good. That's it's not just completely disappointing visit to Chicago. No, much like most of my time that I've spent in Chicago, I spent all of it in the McCormick Center. So. Gabe, you've spent plenty of hours in the McCormick Center.
Many hours. Yes, my lasting memory of McCormick Place is the heel pain from tromping around on 40-foot concrete for 4 or 5 straight days.
Oh yeah. Also, my favorite hack for finding a clean bathroom was actually blown up this year because of where they put security. So I could no longer go downstairs into that little plaza area and then go back up. I had to go back through that stupid security line. Anyway, yeah.
For next year, let me know. I'll tell you exactly where to go.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I know where all the quiet bathrooms are in the Javits Center.
There's a secret second floor to the show floor itself, where you can go up a set of stairs on the far right side, and there's 2 bathrooms up there that are immaculate all weekend long. Nobody knows about them.
What?
If you're attending ALA, remember it's Gabe at Comics the Magazine for the bathroom.
I will only charge you for a quarter-page ad in issue number 4. So it's well worth the investment.
We haven't even said anything about Comics the Magazine. Nothing. What are we doing?
Oh, that's a good point. We didn't even put
tomorrow.
it into
Right there.
Yeah, tomorrow. Number 2.
It's out.
And that's no April Fools.
Oh. Hey, how are my levels now? Am I better?
Oh, now you're
too
loud.
Yeah, now you're loud.
Tell me when I'm at the right level.
Dial them down.
Tell me how are my levels now?
You're
am I
still
better?
a little hot, a little bit.
Little hot, bringing her down.
This is what happens when you show up for the pre-show banter, friends.
How's that? Better?
Better. I would say,
Okay,
let's get aggressive with it. That would be
okay. You got it.
All right, good.
I'll do it.
Yes, number 2 in shops tomorrow. If you have it, you should. What am I looking at there, Gabe?
That was Headlopper. That was Rico's interview with the Headlopper creative team.
Nice.
That's right.
We got Dollar Bin Kings coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
That's kind of a semi-regular column. Tim Seeley and Tony Fleece talking about dollar bin stuff. We're gonna have them in on a regular basis.
Learn how to draw some blood spatter this month. What do you think?
Evan Mellon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was awesome. I really like that.
And I don't want to show it actually, but Chew, people who were like, "Oh, the first one's just an ad." Keep reading.
Keep going.
Exactly.
Now you see where that. Yeah, keep going. Now you see how that goes to. Yeah,
Mad Chocolate Comics tells me there's a secret variant. How's that? Is there a secret variant?
Secret what?
I haven't even heard anything.
I am
about that.
unfamiliar with secrets.
That's a rumor.
Hey, retailers, if you really want to know all the secrets, we'll see you on Thursday.
Ooh, that's what they call a tease in the industry. That's a tease.
All right.
Speaking of, I think we're going to light this candle, so I'm going to kick everyone out. Thank you so much for joining us for the pre-show. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye, buddy.
Bye. That's me. I'm the buddy. We're about to hit it. The button is being hit. I'm just going to stand here, stare at you. It's just you and me now. Oh, it must be Tuesday. Has anybody knows my robot friend here? Say hi to my robot friend. My name is Adam. This is Comic Industry Insiders Live, a weekly opportunity for us to talk about all the stuff that happens behind the scenes of the comic book industry. We bring in some insiders. We talk about the things that are on your mind if you may have a business or career in comics. And we even introduce you some new faces, which I think we're going to do this week. So let's get into it. I have a partner. I have a co-host. I have a man who actually is running the whole goddamn show this week. Can I say goddamn? You know what? This week, fuck it. I'm cursing early. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian Garside.
Like cats are sleeping with dogs. There's no rules. What's going on? You're just swearing. You're dropping F-bombs. What?
There's no
What is happening?
No rules, Brian.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in at least 48 hours. It's starting to feel kind of weird around here.
Poor guy. I don't know how you getting through it, but man, can I tell you the thing I liked most about this year's C2E2? It's hanging out with you guys. You and Django and Jeff. You're some of my favorites.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. Yeah, there was some good old fashions had. There was some beers drank. There was an emergency trip to a little taco place on Saturday night when Django, Jeff, and I realized, wait, these beers are hitting way too fast. I will
say when I allowed the folks, because I've been doing this is my third year of doing this party at Goblin Market, and the first 2 years I went and bought the beers, and they said, you know what, we're going to do it. And so I said, okay. They're much stronger now. They do
much stronger,
like a higher strength beer at the Goblin Market. They're But you know what we did? We got out of there without any Malorts.
Yes.
I can't believe we survived without a Malort. I don't know.
Did.
Anyway, that was a fun party. It was a really good time. I was happy to see Dirk and his crew there. It was a good one. Yeah,
it was really good. Well, let us talk about this show this week, because this is a show that is probably at least 6 months in the making. I know that I bought this URL darn near a year ago. So this is the episode where we finally unveil comic previews. The next big thing in comics.
Does she have a name?
She does. Opal, which actually stands for, I don't know. I can't remember right now, but we'll talk about it later. So that is super exciting. I have to find my screen that actually has the slides on, because it's disappeared somewhere.
That's gonna be fun. You know what? I'm just noticing thanks for noticing. Mad Prophet Comics is actually our good friend Tommy Donovan. I'll keep that in mind. All right, excellent. Well, congrats.
Oh, look, he's got a podcast. Nice.
Oh, right on.
Nice work, Tommy. We'll have to send us some info, and we'll hype it on the show. All right, this week, it's baseball season, spring training, so that's why the
rundown.
Yeah, that's right. Running down. So we're gonna start off some hard-hitting headlines, which will include our C2 recap. Then we're gonna talk about the next big thing in comics. We're gonna do our comic Prana bestseller list.
Yep.
And Comics the Magazine, the feature with Gabe Yoakum.
What was that? I don't remember that rundown.
I think I just invented that earlier today. All right.
Gabe, I hope you're in the green room, because I can't see if you are, and I hope you're ready to talk about this, because apparently it's happening.
I think we'll use this time to talk a little bit about the retailer.
That's right. We're going to talk about that.
I think past me just had better ideas than present me does. So let's just move along. Hey, Gabe, let's pop you in here for a second.
Let's go, Gabe. You're in the rundown. What's happening?
So what are you doing on, what is that? Is that Friday?
Thursday.
What
Yes,
are you
sir.
doing Thursday?
3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 noon Pacific Time. If you are a comic book retailer, we'd love to take just a little bit of your time to find out what you think of the book. What do you think of the magazine, right? Now, by Thursday, you'll have 2 issues in your hands. You'll have gotten feedback from 2 issues, hopefully, from your customers. We're really interested to hear some anecdotal data, right? We want to hear, what do they think? What do they like? Yeah. Don't they like? If anything, most people will probably love the entire thing from beginning to end, in my humble opinion. But if they don't, tell us. Because, the cool thing about making something is that we can decide to change it. So we want to know. We want to know what you liked, what you didn't like, what we should change, what we should always keep forever and never touch. If there are things that you're noticing, especially potentially with issue number 2, that you're confused by or that you're excited about, we'd love to hear about that. And if you want more of that or less of that or the same amount of that, it's really a chance for you to talk to us and us to listen to you. And then, we'll give you a little bit of an inside scoop about what's coming next, what we have planned, ideas that we've got percolating behind our duodenum. And that's a part of the brain, right? I'm pretty sure. You know, we're
Luckily we're past 8 minutes, so I think it's okay either way.
I don't know, whatever. We're you know, it's a slap happy sort of day around here. I'm wherever it is.
So everyone,
let me know what the duodenum is.
I want you to click on your phone over there, and that will take you right to Gabe's registration page where you can register to see this thing on Thursday, April 2nd, the day after April Fool's. So you know it's true. At 3 p.m. Eastern, that's 12 p.m. Pacific, and you should all show up. Not too many of you, though, because last time I had to increase the size of the room. I'm hoping not to do that again, but if I have to, I have to.
It's as they say in the business, a good problem to have.
Yeah, that's right.
Indeed.
Still a problem, Gabe.
We're really excited about what's happening. We're really excited about what we were able to put together for issue number 2. We would love your feedback, and to really just talk about what you liked and didn't like, and what's to come. I think that's the most fun part, is what's about to happen. I don't know if I speak for the entirety of the group, Adam, and maybe you can step in here, but I'm getting more and more excited the further along we go, because it feels like this is a thing that's both wanted and needed, and people are excited about on top of everything else. And so I'd love to get some real actionable feedback from retailers on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same. Every time we do an event at C2E2, people were, nothing but complimentary. There was a lot of conversation about it. It was wonderful. And I can tell you that bundled deep inside of this event that we're going to be doing is a secret. And deep inside of this bundled into this show that we're going to do here.
Oh, hey, well, we got you, Gabe.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to us about classifieds.
We've got some in issue number 2. We've got a whole lot more in issue number 3. This thing seems to be growing traction as we go. It really is. And I keep coming back to it because it was just, you hit the nail so squarely on the head on this one, Adam, that it's one that I'm going to take and run with for the rest of my life. Classifieds are what social media was before social media existed.
Yeah.
It is your opportunity to talk to the world in a very overt sort of way, whether that's selling something or providing a service, or just saying hi to your girlfriend randomly inside of a magazine. What a romantic gesture. If you're both comic book fans or boyfriend, whatever the case may be, just using print to get your message across, whether it's in classic advertising form or in a classified. It's print is the new digital, is the new print.
There you go. That's it.
It's also, and on top of everything else, and I know I beat this drum every single week, but the reality is there's nowhere else in the whole world where you're going to get your ad designed by a world-class designer like Rico Renzi than right here. And especially at base price $20 for a Rico Renzi design of an ad that you create. Give me.
You can have that framed.
Correct. I'm going to have mine framed. Gabe's got one in issue 3. Keep on the lookout. And I pay you, damn it.
I got to say, issue 2, there's a couple strange ads. I don't know what the deal is with the dude that's looking for the marketing person and why they didn't include any contact information. There's like binary numbers. Like, I don't.
Yeah, real weirdos out there. But we don't judge.
There's
some silly geese. There's definitely some silly geese out there.
Silly goose energy.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, Gabe. Awesome. We'll bring you back later to apparently do an entire segment. We'll talk about that one later. Punch drop. All right. Still spring chaining. These headlines are gone. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about C2E2.
Oh man, that was fun. I was there.
A couple panels. Yeah,
I did 2 panels. One was on. Let's see if I can remember them. One was on the past, present, and future of comics distribution, and we talked quite a bit about that. And I will say that I think we revealed some stuff that even our panelists didn't realize about the history of comics distribution. I'm going to keep teasing it because I think we should do a virtual version of that at some point coming up. Right? Yeah. Steph, if you're in the audience, let's get that on the schedule. I think that'd be great. Yeah.
I really enjoyed like the history stuff. And I think, like you said, you brought up a bunch of stuff that a lot of us didn't even realize.
Oh yeah.
And kind of the roots of distribution and it was ironic because we're in Chicago and how tied the roots of comic distribution is to organized crime, which was pretty cool.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense when you look at the way they were distributed, when you understand the mechanics of how distribution worked, both in the newsstand market and like in the aftermarket. It happened as a result of that. It makes complete sense. Also, the way that our government used to handle working with printers, like just gave so much room for corruption. And I think in many ways, I don't think that there is a comics market without that weird organized crime and corruption. Like they really were incentivized to make some weird shit, and the weird shit is what led to where we are today. It's really incredible story, and I'm looking forward to talking about it. And then we did another panel with I did one with Dirk Manning, who is in the audience. Hi, Dirk. And I was supposed to, for some reason I was having trouble with my laptop doing any of the decks. Couldn't figure it out. I still haven't quite figured it out. Ever since there was this OS change, I feel like an old man. And my laptop, it does not seem to speak my language anymore. Anyway, couldn't get the deck running. So Dirk and I just basically went through every little the stumbling blocks that creators have in producing comics, in publishing comics, and just distributing comics and selling comics and building an audience. We went through all of them and, gave a kind of a roadmap for where the quicksand is and where the stumbling blocks are for everybody. And that turned out really great. So I'm personally looking forward to, if you were in the audience and you recorded it and you said you were going to send me a recording, I haven't seen it yet. So please do send it. Okay. That was it. I didn't actually get it recorded. And the guy who said he was going to show up and record it forgot. So
so there were a lot of creators at C2E2 because ironically I was in Artist Alley with Django and we were hanging out and checking out all the artists, and at some point I looked at my watch and I said we should go see Dirk, and I realized Dirk wasn't there, and I went, oh no, I was supposed to be at a panel 40 minutes ago. No,
we did fine.
I know, but I should have been there to be your IT guy and get you back on because I did that the first time and it was.
I know you did.
It was not easy.
I don't know what's going on, man.
It was so bizarre.
Ever since this OS change, I really do feel like an old man, and I can't quite figure it out. I used to feel like I knew things, but I don't. Yeah. Can I have answer the Zaravia?
Absolutely.
Question. Apologies, asked this before. I don't think I saw a response. You all did my bad. Can I subscribe to the magazine through my local comic shop, or is it meant for them to only order for the store? No, Zaravia-CC. This is for you. Comics the magazine is for everybody who loves comics. Only available in comic shops. Your local comic shop should be able to subscribe you. They should be able to order it. Please do set up a subscription right away, because those numbers really do help your local shop.
Absolutely. We highly recommend it because that's how we as store owners know that this thing's popular. I give it away to my customers, but I really want them to subscribe so I know that they're not just, dumping it in a can or something, or giving it away to their friends. Then that's fine too. Just read it first. And
I will tell you, as somebody whose job it is to see around corners for the comics industry, I think subscriptions are going to become more and more and more important, because it's going to become the only way that publishers are able to predict what sales are going to be. So
man, you're teeing me up here.
That's right, baby.
Me up for later.
That's all I do.
We talked a little bit about your Prana party that you've done 3 years in a row now.
That's right. We gave away advanced copies of Comics Magazine #2 at the Goblin Market for everybody who showed up. And a good time was had by all. We had a bunch of people who were all comics professionals or comics insiders, or anybody who just is into this show. I don't know, the fact that you guys show up every week is always a surprise to me. So I just want to make sure that, you know, we gave you an opportunity to come by and say hi, and we sure did. It was a good time. I really enjoyed it.
It was fun.
I really did.
It was fun. And finally, they announced C2E2 2027. A little bit of controversy. It is going to be April 30th to May 2nd, which of course means it'll fall on Free Comic Book Day 2027. So a bunch of Chicago shops are a little bit upset because a lot of them will have creators in and everything, and that's going to make it a little bit more difficult to get creators on that Saturday. So yeah, interesting.
I wonder how that's going to. I wonder how they're going to. You know what? We should discuss that. I think I'd love to have some of the, especially the Chicago area, retailers on to discuss that in another show. That'd be great.
For sure. Yeah. We'll reach out.
Let's get into that. Cool. Oh my gosh.
Did you see this? Out of nowhere, CBCS just shut down. Just like, oh, by the way, April 17th is the last day that you can submit something, and we're shutting down.
It's crazy.
So Beckett purchased them. And Beckett is like very big into like sports card grading and that kind of stuff. But apparently comic grading doesn't interest them. So they just shut her down.
This is the craziest story this week. It's going to be really interesting, and I'd be curious to know, some of you in the chat, if you have any thoughts on this. What our friend, oh gosh, what's her name? Can somebody tell me? Had her on the show not too long ago. We talked. She has 3 stores. Oh damn it, I can't remember. Anyway, I saw a post where she was talking about this and saying, how is this going to affect? I'm imagining Megan's going to pop in with her name here in a minute.
Cloud City Comics, right?
Was it Cloud City? That might have been. Yeah. Anyway, Tessa.
See? Yeah, Tessa.
This is what I rely on Megan for. Okay, so Tessa did a reel about this, and in it she was talking about how we don't know how this is going to affect collectability. Right? It might be that all these CBCS graded books are going to go up in value. Right. It might be that they may go completely down. People may need to have to crack them and get them regraded. I personally am just fascinated by the idea that there's a core sample in time now of all these slabbed books that are going to, like, everything before it will change. Everything after it will change. It's very strange. You know, I'm really interested to see where this goes from a collecting standpoint. Obviously, it sucks. There's one less service out there, but I do think that that's going to leave someone open to come in and become the number 2 for grading, because that's just the nature of marketing. Number 1 and number 2 are always the place that you want it to be. So,
Collectors, parent company of PSA, bought Beckett recently.
That's right.
PSA started doing comic grading.
That's right. We've spoken to those guys. They're really doing great. See, there you go. The new number 2. I will shut up. I should have put that together. Thank you, Gabe, for bailing me out. I think so Jeremy's saying that the defunct coin grading companies, their graded coins are not in demand.
Yeah.
But if we've learned anything about comics, it is different from any other industry. So we'll
That
see.
is very true. And what's interesting too is, like, I imagine that they have a census the same way that CGC has a census, which states how many of these things exist in what condition, and what will happen to that census over time. Will that be something that, a third party will have to maintain, or what's going to happen? Because all these things have IDs, and you use those IDs to make sure to what's the word I'm looking for? But basically to, ensure that they're real.
That's a good point. And will there be a transfer from a CBCS ID to like a CGC or a PSA?
I don't know.
Well, that'd be interesting to see if that the metadata that's attached to each one of these is going to be transferred over. It's a fascinating problem that everybody is not me going to get to solve. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, PRH did a major update to their website this weekend, and it was actually surprisingly smooth. I was actually impressed. Usually these things, I kind of expected yesterday to just be a poop show of support tickets, but it was like, no, it was fine. So they've added FOCs kind of front and center. Before that, you had to go to the catalog, and then you had to click a download button, and then you had to get an FOC. So now FOCs are nice front and center. They have easy confirmations. I did my FOCs last night, and I thought I did them wrong. I'm not positive I didn't, because like one click and it all confirmed, and it was like, wait, what? I'm used to this thing spinning for 15 minutes. So it's definitely like a major upgrade, and I haven't seen any of the usual suspects complain, but I'm sure I'm just not looking in the right places. But yeah, I think it was successful. I think
Wow.
we had a technology launch that was successful, folks.
I don't know what that means. That's scary to me. I feel
Wondering
like
if something is going to fall behind me.
yeah, no kidding. That was something, I don't know why that scares me, but man, it does. If it doesn't feel like it should. Hey, Tommy, it's crazy. It's
I know,
crazy
right?
that they were
Yeah.
able to well, congratulations, PRH.
Yeah. No,
Good
and
job.
it was a much needed upgrade, and I'm really, really happy with it. Now, I did have a problem finding the PDF catalogs, but that's probably a me problem and not a them problem. Man, I always have to Google search like Marvel catalog because I can't just figure out where it is on the site, but
Oh,
it's not that big a deal.
yeah, it's not. Wait a minute. Somebody's complaining about secret variants. I don't know anything about that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Those people are crazy.
Yeah, whatever.
You want to talk a little bit about the Ringo Awards?
The Ringo Awards. Okay. I want to talk about this and not talk about it. So I want you to all hear me talking and not hear what I'm not saying. Okay? The Ringo Awards are a very special award that I personally have a really long history with. And I'm really looking forward to this year's nominees. And I'll tell you why. There are a couple of pieces that should be available to that. Be available. They're new categories, and there are new books that were attached to projects we're working on. So I'm not saying that if you were, say, I don't know, like if you wanted to note that this was out at Baltimore last year, so therefore Comics the Magazine would be available to be nominated, anyone could nominate it. The Ringos are very special in that there are 2 spots in every category that are held back for people who can nominate. And so if you went to the Ringo Awards and you nominated us, you could. You know what else you could do? You could put Chip to ZCN. Chip Zdarsky should be in there. You could put The Future Is. You could put Rico Renzi in every single category because he is multi-talented. You could, you know what we should do, Brian? We should put together a ballot, a suggested ballot, so people know who to vote for.
I think
that's what we're going to do.
That's a great idea.
I think this week, if you are signed up for the Prana DM newsletter, you're going to get a suggestion list of everything that you could vote for if you were supporting us. I want to note that this thing we're doing right now, we do for free. It's not ad revenue. There's no ad revenue. We don't make you pay for it. We don't hide it behind a paywall. We do a lot of this stuff for free. The newsletter we do for free. Maybe one of the ways you could pay us back would be like, I don't know, nominating us. Maybe if you wanted to. I'm not saying you should, but you could. I know I will. There you go. That's what I had to say about that. And look at this list of judges. Finer list of judges you've never seen in your life. This is we have a fantastic retailer at Phantom. Colleen Doran is just a legend, right? We got a Choi in there. We got our favorite, one of our favorite brand reps at the Universal, my old pal Bill Morrison. By the way, incredibly talented Bill Morrison, who may or may not have put penises into the Little Mermaid poster at one point. Anyway,
Bill Morrison's also Mad, right? Like
Mad. He does Mad. He also did all of those Simpsons, all the Bongo comics. He did all those Simpsons books. There's that really incredible poster that has every Simpsons character on it. He did that because he had the stomach flu one weekend and just sat down and did. Yeah, it's incredible. Anyway, yes, I'm in love with this panel of judges, and I hope that they understand the volume with which I hope people will nominate the things that I love. There you go.
Yeah,
that's
a really great and so incredibly diverse, like not just people, but creatively. Just like, what a great creative group of people. That's so exciting.
I know. Chang and Colleen Doran are incredible. I mean, Xander has become one of our favorites working for Universal. Sarati, I mean, the Phantom Comics, I get to know Sarati at Comic Pro this year.
Same.
They are fantastic.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bill Morrison's a legend. What a good... anyway, I'm happy that we're going to see them. We also do sponsor a table at the Ringos every year at Baltimore, and you should too, because it's a great place to get in front of people, because the whole industry is there. So yes,
sounds good.
The Ringo Awards,
Awesome.
maybe or maybe not. You should be, you should be nominating Comics the Magazine. Just nominate it, please. Thank you. Okay.
Hey, let's talk about a Prana success story.
A Prana Publisher success story. Prana Publishers is still, we've been talking about it for so long, but it is still very new. In fact, Pesto Comics was only our fourth, if you count Comics the Magazine. Our first small publisher to come in with very little experience in the direct market. Let's just bring Adriano up, because I want to discuss something that just happened. Are you still in the back room there, Adriano? Come on up if you are.
1 second.
Brian has the control of the buttons. I have no control this week.
Hello.
There he is.
I'm here. Hey. I'm a little horrified by the screen grab there. Got me really.
I know. I wanted to grab. So there's a story behind this. We were just all so impressed by your hustle, and like this thing that you posted yesterday, which was so great because it really did. Like FOC is such a weird term.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I often refer to it as last call, but it's so important that you stress this and just the hustle that you did around, making sure that people knew. It was really respectable. So yeah, that's why I know it wasn't great. I took 15 screen grabs, and that was like the one that had the right amount of words, and also because I was getting like and of. So yeah,
I've looked worse. It's all good.
We've done a long form podcast with Adriano. We did a short form last week here on this show with Adriano. So we wanted to bring him back because what we saw today with those FOC numbers was truly remarkable for a first time, not just a first issue, but a first time publisher inside of our market today, right now, today. I mean, the number would not be impressive outside of comics, but inside of comics, you not ratcheted yourself up into like seriously middle of the pack for your first book in the direct market. Incredible.
Yeah, I'm still like coming down from it. It's absolutely wild. Like I'm so happy. Yeah.
So can I say the number? Do you mind if I say
Go for it? Yeah, say it.
Because I'm proud of this. Adriano here, really our first small publisher to come in for Prana Publishers, was able to, on his first single issue, get FOC orders of just under 5,000 copies, which is incredible for this marketplace. That's phenomenal. Adriano, when you think about that, you look back on the last few weeks, talk about, for those, because we do have publishers in the chat usually, and many people who watch this after. Can you talk about what it is that you did as a first-time publisher that got you in front of everybody and got them to place these kinds of orders?
Yeah, a lot of it's hustle. Like it's I hate the term, right? Like the hustle bro thing, but there's a truth to it. I was incessant, I was being annoying about it. I was going everywhere I could, right? Like physically and on social media. Like I had daily posts talking about everything comics, right? Like not just my stuff, but just trying to draw people in. Be like, this is a place where we talk about comics, and always keeping it positive as well. Because the easy thing to do would have been like, this is why Marvel sucks. This is why DC sucks. Which I like comics. I want them to be healthy. It's good. Yeah. Right. I'm going to talk about the things I like. So that's primarily the avenue I was taking with socials, but also, peppering in like, by the way, FOC is coming. And then to Brian's point, what is an FOC? For those of you who don't know what the heck that is, because, I've had like family and friends and stuff saying, hey, you've got comics out there. How do I get them? And then prior to this, I was only on Kickstarter. So that was an ordeal to explain. So I'm like, if I try to then explain to them, yes, you have to order the book a month before you actually get it in your hands, right? So it's like, let's just like pretend that somebody who's never seen a comic book before is somehow finding me and walk them through the process without being, without being mean about it or without being negative or anything. Just saying, you're new here, welcome. This is how it works, right? And this is why it's important, and that's the key thing too. And really getting into a little more of the behind the scenes and stuff. Anybody who watches this show they understand how comics works, but most people don't. Most people don't understand why a first issue is so much more important than a second issue, right? That it doesn't grow over time. It tends to go the other way. So starting big is critical, which again, very happy to see that that's happening with this book. But yeah, it was a lot of education on that end. But then the other end, the in-person thing I was hinting towards, was I have been driving all over. I'm from Toronto, driving all over Southern Ontario. I had a vacation in Las Vegas, did it there too, just because I was there, and made a point to visit some shops in Las Vegas as well, and was dropping off in the background here, you can see, oh, wrong hand, that poster. And I had these like little trading card things I was handing out, and with all the dates on them, so people know when the next issue's coming and all that.
I didn't get any of those when you saw me in Toronto. What's going on?
I had them in my pocket. There's no way.
That's so funny. We were too busy chatting.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was a busy day, but I can't believe I didn't hand them to you. But nonetheless, yeah. So just making sure that people had goodies, and then also for the people that wouldn't make it to, because they're not in Southern Ontario, I'm not going to be able to drive there. I was mailing these same things out to anyone who wanted them, right? So I had a big list of retailers. I targeted them. Anybody who asked for them, made sure I sent it to them as well. I'm sure there's people I missed. If you want stuff, let me know. I'll send you stuff. But really just trying to make it as easy as possible for people to pick up the book, right? I could keep talking if you want to. I'll keep going.
I think you did incredible. I love how many stops did you make, by the way? How many visits do you think?
I think it was about 25 stops so far, and I still have some on the list. Like, I'm not stopping with issue 1. Like, this is going to continue. Maybe I'll slow down a bit. I won't be as aggressive going every single weekend. My wife might kill me if I were to recommend such a thing, but I'm definitely going to continue going to shops in the area. And I got some vacations planned. I'm going to be hitting up shops wherever I land on vacation. I'll be in San Diego for Comic-Con there, so I'll make stops all over there. But yeah, definitely going to keep that up because even just seeing the different shops and the different ways that people put their stores together and the ways they sell and all that, and getting to talk to all these retailers and seeing what's important, right? Seeing what they want, it really does help, right? Like, and this was a big thing, seeing that somebody actually cared enough to walk into the store and be like, hi, I made this and I would like you to put it on your shelves. Right? It made a big difference. So something I'm definitely going to continue, like not just issue 1, like this is going to be the thing I do.
I love that.
Yeah.
Brian, will you pull up this Pesto from Mad Profit Comics at 228? Pesto's TikTok caused me to go from ordering 1 copy to getting a bundle. They're doing a hell of a job. So I want to talk about this because I think this is something that people miss a lot. And this is something that I do a very poor job of myself, but it is something that I intend on the Prana team. We're all going to be focused on trying to get this done in the next few weeks, months. You were posting video content every day, right?
Yeah.
Once a day, twice a day? I mean, is it you have a cadence? Like, how do you set up?
Yeah, I was doing it at least once a day, sometimes 2 to 3 times, depending if something important was happening. But yeah, I batch record. So I sit here in this messy basement you see, and I plan my week or 2 out of all the things I'm going to yap about, and then I record and I stitch those all together, and or rather break them all up and have everything posted across every social I can get. So the big thing with like Pesto Comics was, I knew I could lock down the name on every social I could find. So I've done so. So it's at Pesto Comics. Like, go look for it on whatever your favorite social is. I'm probably there and I'm probably posting, right? So I tried all the different kinds of things over the years, doing text and doing images and this and that. Video, like, shot off like a rocket. So I'm like, okay, I guess video is the answer. So just, everyday videos. And that, again, something I'm continuing throughout. Same thing with the tour I've been doing. Like, that was a big part of the videos. I go to every shop and I let them know. I'm like, hey, like, I'm not just here to tell you to buy my books. I'm here to show off your shop and bring people to your store, right? Like, I'm not doing this just to sell my book. I want people to walk into comic shops and buy comics, right? Like, your success is my success and vice versa, right? So I really wanted to make that point every time I went in there, and really that's also helps with a lot of the buy-in because they see it. Like, it's not just me saying, buy my book, okay, now I've forgotten about you now that you've put in your order. It's like, no, I want people to go to these shops, right? And even though I can't be a patron to all of them, I want to make sure that other people are coming to these shops. So yeah, that's a part of the video series that I'm doing as well. yeah, it's just been a lot of outreach and that kind of thing. And then the one thing that I always found when I walked into a shop, well, two things. In the way that this was structured, one was the bundle. So for issue 1, again, making it very easy for them to stock shelves with the books, right? So we did a 10 for 10 bundle, right? 10 issues, $10, just so that issue 1 is very accessible and very easy for people to get. Now, knowing that you may overorder, given that you have 10 issues of this, right? We didn't want you to get saddled with having to guess for issue 2, so we skipped a month. So we're coming out in April 29th, and then we have the next issue coming out in June, the first week of June. And the reason for that is you have your issues on your shelves, and the FOC is the next Monday. So you know exactly what you've sold, so that you can make the orders for issue 2 a little more reasonable, a little more what you expect. So a little bit of a risk on my end, but that's the point. I'm trying to take a bit of the risk off of the retailers so that they feel comfortable ordering a book again with a first timer, with somebody they've never met and all that until now. And I want them to feel very, like they're making a good investment. And to do that, I'm going to give them a bit of an advantage that they don't normally get when they're ordering books, right? So that seemed to go over really well with everyone I talked to, and yeah, hopefully with the ones I didn't as well.
The 3 things here I want to double tap on because I think it shows a remarkable understanding of the current market, but also a willingness to interact with the market as it is, right? So you have done the generous work of creating a product that works for stores in a way that allows them to risk but not have to deal with the problems of returnability and whatever. You gave them an opportunity to increase their revenue, their profits, right? That was it. You leaned into video posting, which the reason for video posting is that because of this day and age of the algorithm deciding what people are going to see, it's no longer how many followers you have. It's how are you getting in front of the people who are interested in comics? And there's so much going on inside of comics, TikTok and reels and that sort of thing that anytime somebody looks at comics, they're fed more about comics, and you've gotten there, and you've talked about local comic shops, and you've talked about focusing on and approaching and generously promoting them. I love that. And the idea that you did this even 2 or 3 times a day. You don't have to worry about overwhelming people in this day and age with social posts because they're just going to be served up the ones that they are going to want to interact with. I'm completely in awe. You did an incredible job, Adriana.
Thank you. Yes, no, it's and it's been a lot of hard work in that. Like it's been fun and I've enjoyed it. But yeah, there's some effort that goes into it. But I'm happy to see that it's paying off as well, right? Because a lot of the times, like outside of comments you get here and there, you don't know, right? You don't know until today, until you get the numbers back. So glad to see it's working. Like I said, I don't plan on stopping. It's not like the work is done now. Now it's like this is working. Now I got to double down on it. I got to figure out how I keep this going and make it go even stronger, right? So, yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day, but the first of many to come for sure.
I keep saying that the thing I'm learning this year is how much more exhausting having a success is than having a failure. Because a failure, you just know, all right, I'm gonna go move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Yes, you gotta like triple down, and it's Anyway,
yeah, a great problem to have, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, welcome aboard. I'm so glad that we have you in the Prana Publishers line, and you are setting an excellent example for those who come after you. So, please
thank you so much. Yes, awesome. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the help you guys have given me as well, because this has been, a dream come true. Amazing stuff.
Well deserved, sir. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right.
That right there is a good Canadian boy. I could hear all the boots. I can't hear them myself, but man, there were a lot of boots there.
Extra U's in all of his words. That's all.
I love it. Hey, speaking of loving things.
Yeah.
I want to introduce you to a girl.
Oh, yay! Yeah. I'm so glad we get to talk about this. You've been working so hard on this, and I'm so impressed at what you built. I cannot wait for you to show it off. So let's go. Let's stop.
Yeah, waiting. You know what? It's so cool because it's a lot of work. It's been a long time coming. It's the thing that I always wanted to be in the world. And like my team, like Mike, who has done amazing work, just even the last 15 minutes to tweak things and make it better. Craig, who's out there helping me market this thing and making things happen. Taras, who's helped get us to where we are. Natalia, who built kind of the first version of it and made it, possible. Everybody has been a huge help. I can't forget Max, who's out there like on the data front lines, fixing things constantly. So yeah, I was looking at kind of the way things were. We had previewsworld.com, which has always driven me crazy because like the ads, I don't understand why a comic website that was for retailers needed all this ad crap on it. So like that's one of the things I really, really don't ever want to see on anything I own. Ads should be contextual if they exist at all. This always bothered me.
Before we move on, can we talk about, so, hopefully there are folks in our audience who love comics, love the comics industry, but it's entirely possible they have not, Previews World has been down for something like a year at this point. So like there are many people who probably have never interacted with Previews World.
Yeah.
So this was the fan-facing section of Diamond Comics Distribution. It was their way of promoting the books that are in the catalog to fans. And when it died, there was a moment of fear in everybody because a lot of shops came to rely on this as a sales tool. And you were, I remember having very serious conversations with you, like saying, should I try and buy it? It was because it was such an essential part of our industry that seeing it go away was just incredible.
Yeah, we had a pretty interesting conversation about a year ago at Comics Pro, I want to say.
Yeah.
When I said like I don't know what the full ramifications will be, but if this goes away, I fear that we're going to lose something essential.
Yeah.
So I did look into it a little bit, but man, it was just such a cluster. And it was just, at some point I was just going to be buying a URL because the servers were all so interconnected and everything. It just didn't make sense. So we already had the data. We just needed to buy a better URL and spin it up. So, the other thing is there was never really a ton of data on the actual customer facing side. Like you never had a UPC code. You didn't have visual series codes. Like you could get from one item to the other, but it was really isolated and very, very minimal at best. League of Comic Geeks does a pretty decent job. They've got quite a bit of kind of information here, but still, first of all, the big problem I find with them is that their data is crowdsourced. Right. And I know they do bring in some other stuff, but a lot of it's inaccurate. So we rely only on official sources. We don't make up our own data. And it has to either come from a publisher or a distributor for it to show up on our stuff. So, the same kind of thing here through comic previews looks just a little bit different and has a little more context to it. And really, we've built the thing to focus on discovery. Because I think comic discovery in 2026 is the hardest thing. Finding those new titles, learning what they are before you actually place that FOC 3 weeks before the item is available. Like that stuff's all really, really tough. So our goal is to make this easier. So why don't we just, instead of looking at that stuff, why don't we look at the actual site? Because, she's alive. So if you go to Comic Previews right now, this thing is alive. One of the first things that we'll see is like everything is about going to another thing, right? Like the thing that you're actually looking at is super important and we have all the data you need, but we're also going to take you to the previous and the next issue. Also, look at those transitions. Is that not slick as heck? Like this is not, I'm not doing this on a local machine. This is the live comic previews you can go to right now. Incredible. Mike has done an amazing job at making this fast. We have creator pages, and those creator pages have featured works. Right now, we're building all this stuff behind the scenes, but we have goals to give creators the tools to actually create their own, bios, to add their own Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and YouTube pages. We show featured items. We show previous items. Go into anything. It's going to go through, all the other Captain Americas. You got all your other covers. We have different variants. My favorite is to search for Absolute Batman. Because if we go here to Absolute Batman, we're going to see every single issue going back to number 1. Then we see a reading order, and we have a publication history that includes every single printing. So if I actually go to issue 1, I'm going to see, we're still tweaking some of the stuff, but I should see 11 different variants, like 11 different printings.
Look at that.
Yeah. So we're missing a couple because we have the data, but some of the series codes were wrong in some of these. So we're going through and like merging stuff together, but it's all there somewhere. So yeah, this is super
incredible.
fun.
Incredible. So how do you see, carry on. I'll do your tour.
Let's go. Let's pull up.
Oh yeah,
a
let's look at
publisher.
Prana.
Let's pull up Prana Publishing.
Oh, look at that.
So another goal is we're going to give publisher tools so that you guys can actually add your own information about your publisher and also be able to see stuff. But yeah, all your things are here. Things on last call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turtles. Look at those turtles.
Look at those turtles. Oh,
yeah.
Incredible.
So yeah, this guy is live and ready to be used.
Fantastic. Wow. Seriously. I will say that this is the tool that we've been needing, right? The tool that we've been needing that we can, as marketers, we can use to communicate to the fans, to the marketplace, to retailers. How do you, as a marketer, I see it, but talk to me about how, let's start with fans, right? How will fans be interacting with this?
Yeah, so right now it's a discovery tool. It's not really, our next phases are going to be pull list. And so we're going to have pull lists that are directly tied to Managed Comics, but our goal is also have pull lists that are just standalone. So if you just want to create a pull list and you don't actually have, an account with Managed Comics, there's no reason why you can't still have a pull list and create a printed list that you can take into your people. I've got plans with a certain magazine that I'd like to add like a page here that is spotlighted every month. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. So yeah, fans really should be able to interact with this. And at the very least, like from a retailer perspective, every single distributor code will be here. So if you're looking for something and you just want a quick way to find that thing, just search it. So you can search by UPC code, you can search by a title, by a creator. Let's say I want to see what,
Oh yeah,
the last
old Joseph Keating. I know that guy.
Find all the Joseph Keating stuff. So if there's a creator I want to go deep on, I can just pull that person up.
Incredible.
So yeah, I think as fans, it's going to really help with that discovery process. We've got a couple other plans kind of in the hopper for like embedding things and stuff like that. This is your monthly catalog. So every month when we do a new catalog, and I've just got to do the April for June one. This is basically everything that is in the March for May catalog. We're adding like a bunch of filters. So there's all these filters here. We'll be adding those all throughout the site. We just didn't want to potentially take down the site when we were about to go live. So Mike has that all in QA right now. We're just going to pop it up.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, this is my baby. This
congratulations.
Been a joy. Thanks, man. Yeah.
You've been really working hard on this behind the scenes, and it's been all that hard work does show. I'm looking forward to everyone being able to interact with this. As a marketer, what I see is if I really want, like in so many ways in the past, we've been able to say, I hate to say it, most marketers have been saying things like buy from Amazon or go to the comic shop locator service. This, you could just send somebody to the site and say,
exactly,
use this to order from your local comic shop, right?
Yeah.
It gives that straight, that straight view of the actual item. That's incredible.
And we're going to have integration with the Managed Comics shops. So you'll have a list of all the Managed Comic shops that are available. At some point, this should work for both versions of Managed Comics. And honestly, I haven't officially announced this yet, but why not now? Officially, both versions of Managed Comics will become one later this year. So there's going to be one Managed Comics. Don't care what platform you're on, you just go to Managed Comics. But yeah, this is like the linchpin that's kind of tying everything together for sure.
As publishers, Megan actually asks, how can publishers get their older information on there if it was, say, removed from Previews World? Is there a path for updating that kind of data in there?
Yeah, so we currently have everything from 2009 onwards in our database. Not all of it is going to be surfaced right now, just because we're going through and cleaning a bunch of stuff as we can actually see it. For example, I merged 3 different Chip Zdarsky's earlier today, and it takes me seconds to do it. But it's like when you see the data and you actually can interact with it, then you change things. Like we've got ZCN has 2 or 3 different series codes, because remember at some point Chip actually added the final 5.
Yeah.
So we've got to merge the earlier series to get it together, but it's like it's so fast, and our back end is like so super powerful now that this is super fun.
And Tommy's asking, do you have a date for Managed Comics integration? And talk about integrating to other POS systems.
Yeah, so this is going to be a front end that will work with anything that uses Managed Comics right now. I've talked to another vendor that I'm hoping we can integrate with them so that they don't have to build a front end, because our front end is going to be better than anybody's. It's the thing I'm most passionate about. Date for Managed Comics, I don't exactly. Once Mike and I have a chance to breathe, because this has been a pretty big sprint this last little while, we'll figure out exactly what that looks like and get a date for that. Because we're going to start out with Oryx, and then we'll move into the Shopify version. So Oryx is our non-Shopify version, which works with RMH, Lightspeed, and it will work with a bunch of other and we're also, if you just want to use it as standalone, you can use it as standalone without any sort of POS system, for sure.
It's almost as though you're building sort of a wheel, right? A wheel of data that goes out to other,
Interesting.
It is like the center of a wheel.
Spokes, kind of.
It's got spokes that go out to other pieces. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
So coming soon, we'll have creator profiles. There's a whole ton of upgrades for our series that we're working on. Site embeds, so the ability for you to embed a new release calendar or an FOC calendar onto your website, just like you used to be able to do with Previews World. I know that's a huge thing a lot of people miss in the industry, so we're going to make that available. Calendar controls, so instead of just looking this week and next week, if you want to go back in time and look at a FOC from 6 weeks ago, or you want to go forward in time and see new releases from 5 weeks from now, the ability to do that kind of thing. Of course, pull lists, and then just so much more.
I love this. This is wonderful. This is the tool we've been needing for a while. I'm so glad that you guys are building it. It is a long time coming, and I think I think you're showing that it's already better than what we had before. And this is a proof of concept that not only are those tools that we lost when Diamond went down, are they were going to be replaced, but in many ways, and perhaps every way, they're going to be better and more modern versions of it. So this is once again, I think you're a wonderful model for the rest of us who are trying to build into that vacuum. So congratulations, everybody.
I've been talking to a bunch of publishers behind the scenes, and I won't mention names, although Prana was one of them, about our publisher tools, and when people see what we're going to do with publishers, and a lot of it is already built, so it's not just lip service. It's like we have these tools ready to go, and now we just need to refine them and make it awesome. And I'm so excited about that stuff. It's gonna be so fun.
Excellent. Thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate you giving us that tour. I can't wait to see it as we go. And if you want to be on the lists, there's a wait list right there.
So we've got this wait list, although it's becoming more of an insider list. So we sent out our first email this week, and I just had this idea to write it like it's a secret mission. So we're going to start sending out secret missions, which could be go find this thing on the website and tell us what it is. Some of these might be help us understand what we're missing. And some of them are going to be just tell this to the world. Adriano, share your Pesto Comics page with the world, because we've got these things here, and I think it'd be great to start getting this stuff out, getting more visibility. And this is where, once you start getting audience reaction, that's where you actually learn and figure out how to make things better. And that's what we're all about, is making things awesome.
Once again, it makes a big difference having a team that is constantly updating. It is constantly making, responding to the market changes, the shifts. Incredible. Please, keep us going as this develops.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at all these kind words over here. I love this so much. Ready for
I know.
So it's kind of ready for customers, Paul. Customers can view, but not create their orders yet. But yeah, it's really coming.
But they could send that link to their favorite retailer, saying, "Here are the items I want. Here's a link to where all the codes are." You could be doing that now, right? Absolutely. As a customer, as a fan. So yeah, incredible. Good job. Hey, I'm looking forward to seeing how this develops.
Speaking of
developing
the network and the cool stuff that we're working on, let's talk a little bestsellers list this week.
Hey, before we get into the bestseller list, can I say that earlier I saw a comment from one of our favorite commenters, the Comics Pals. We had Sean on to talk about the bestseller list one week. Sean, if that is you behind the Comics Pals, I'm putting an open invite to you to come on this show every Tuesday to talk about the bestseller list. You did an incredible job, and I always forget to reach out. So I think you should. We're going to do a poor job of it now, but I think from going next week and on, you should definitely be in the room. All right, let's talk about the bestseller list. One of the things that happens as a result of having all of these services that are allowing stores to better manage their data and to understand where their sales are, one of the byproducts of this is that we finally have a coalition of people contributing bestseller list data. That means that we can look at what is being sold in stores. We can also look at what's being subscribed to. We can look at what special orders are and what pre-orders are. We get an opportunity to see behind the scenes so we can start forecasting as publishers. We mentioned that earlier. It's really important that you subscribe because publishers are going to be able to start seeing that data. But more specifically, we can see who's really selling in the comic shops, not just what volume is being pushed in through incentives. And I'm sorry, Adriano, even bundles, you really need to be able to be selling in the comic shops, right? So that's what the Prana bestseller list is. Every week we take the data that we get in from our friends at Managed Comics and from Comic Shop Assistant, and we pull together the top 400 of the best-selling books. Every week we comment on them, we look at them, we understand, try and get to an understanding of what the market share is looking like, and then we post the entire 400 list in our newsletter. We'll talk about that in a minute. The cohort of stores, 600 plus stores in various markets are contributing to this. Why is that important? Because if you have, let's say, a couple dozen stores, you're going to have a problem in that one of those stores could do really well with the book, and that would push it up well up on the list in a way that isn't accurate for the rest of the market. But with 600 stores, 80,000 plus consumers, we're able to get a really large view of what's happening in the comics shops as of today, as of last week, rather. All of the stores are selected for their data integrity. What does that mean? It means that they're the ones using the systems properly and allow us to get accurate data. And all that data is anonymized. If you're a store that is your data is in here, I can promise you, no matter how many times I ask, Brian and Django will not let me see your data. They only will let me see it in aggregate. And we'll.
I can't even see the data comes in aggregate right from the get-go. So I couldn't even tell you if I wanted to, which also means I can't pull people out if they ask me to. Sorry, that would have to de-anonymize the data before I could do that. So yeah, it's impossible.
So let's get into this week, shall we?
Yeah, this was a fun week.
Last week's sales, DC once again just trouncing Marvel this year. The Marvel just cannot catch a break. Image Comics man, they are just lockstep. They did 14 to 18% every single week. It's impressive. No matter what comes in, they are just in that zone. And then the next list always changes from week to week. I think we have some of the pretty common names here: IDW, Dynamite, Boom, all taking a little better than 1%. IDW almost 2%, Dynamite 1.5%. And then everybody, the 1%ers usually shift from week to week. And this week we saw some great representation from Dark Horse. Keen Spot Entertainment, well done. Yes, we did change your name, Keen Spot. Thank you for reaching out. And once again, Mark Spears, the legend, is killing for them over there. Mad Cave Studios coming in hot at just under 1%, along with Titan Comics doing incredibly well. Let's talk about the books.
This week we actually have a top 10 titles.
Isn't that cool? Look at that. See, we're not just completely ambiguous, but Jesus, look at the difference between 1 and 2.
Exactly. Yeah. So that DC Superman, Spider-Man #1 was a monster this week.
Yeah. No kidding. Superman, Spider-Man. Don't let any well-known editors tell you different. It was called Superman, Spider-Man. Seriously, I think this is just the power of those team ups. The two companies together are so much more powerful than they are separately. And it goes back to
You've got an average number per store, right? Do you want to
share
that?
Let me pull that up, actually. Give me just a second. I can start talking about that. Let's see. I had that tab open.
It's interesting to see, Absolute Wonder Woman, which is also a juggernaut, is 60% lower than that. So that Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Martian Manhunter, like any other week, those are your #1 and #2 books.
Yeah.
So the fact, and Amazing Spider-Man, all out that same week.
I know.
That's incredible. A 1, 2, and 3 punch. And so the fact that they are 60% lower than Superman, Spider-Man just shows you what a juggernaut that thing was.
So 111 on average, the store's reporting 111.
That's
111
insane.
Copies per store on average.
That is higher than Absolute Batman numbers. That's higher than Batman. That's spectacular. And it's a $7.99 book.
I know.
It's not cheap.
All that shows to me is what a good time it is to be a comics retailer.
Yeah.
Right. To see a $7.99 book like that sell so incredibly well. Absolute Wonder Woman, 32 copies per store. Absolute Martian Manhunter, it's about 25. Amazing Spider-Man, 23. Ultimate Endgame, 20. And then we kind of go down from there in the 16, 14, 13, 13s. Those are on average. So on average, number 10, the difference between number 10 and number 1 is about 10x.
Yeah.
That'll tell you something right there.
What's interesting about Superman 36 and Justice League 17, also, those are bundles. So they did bundles for both those because they're part of the DC Next Level event. So that's pretty cool too.
I did some, because we don't have Sean here, I did some pull-outs here. We've got Image coming in at number 18, and then they had 20, 21, and 22 on the list, with Void Rivals at number 18, then Invincible returns, the facsimile edition at number 20.
Wow, that's wild.
White Sky number 2 at 21, Skinbreaker number 7 at 22. Keen Spot enters the list at Mark Spears' Midnight Man number 1 at number 39. Yeah, Mark Spears, man, he just sells books. He's incredible. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers got Boom on the list at number 52. IDW enters with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder number 6 at number 53. Our friends at Dynamite, Supernatural number 6 at number 58. Boom enters. We already did Boom. They had number 52 and 62 with Minor Arcana. A little magazine called Comics the Magazine at number 77. This is the third week that this is that issue number 1 came out. I think, let's see, what was our average here?
That's awesome.
Average of 3.5 copies per store in week 3. I'll take it, man. Number 70.
That's amazing.
Mad Cave Studios entered with the best title on the shelves, Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre number 2 at number 68. And Ignition Press, Ripcord number 2, entering at 104.
That's
Big
awesome.
week for comics, man.
That was the 3rd issue, I think. So yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, seriously.
Very cool.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this develops. I love personally that so many books, including Comics the Magazine, are showing up week after week. I think we get an opportunity to talk about that in a way that is, it's unique for shops in this day and age, because not even 10 years ago, I think the books would come in, they'd have a week shelf life, and then that would be it, right? You would never hear from them again.
Yep.
There was that great thread that you alerted me to, and that I essentially dominated for a little while on Reddit, where they talked about who the top 10 was in 2006, this week in 2006, and how different things were. And what I loved about it was the average number, the title, the estimated sales on the top 10 were all in the 100,000 range, and we know for certain that they're closer to 200, 300,000. Superman, Spider-Man, that has to have been in the, it got to be like scaring the hell out of 500,000, if not closer to 1 million copies.
Yeah.
That's an incredible number for the average.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we know what Wonder Woman is, and we know that this is 3 times higher, we're looking at easily 400,000 copies. Easily. Probably closer to 500,000. And at a $7.99 price point. Like,
incredible.
That is a massive price point compared to where we would have been in 2006. Like,
I know.
Comics were what? Like three, I think Infinite Crisis, which was number 1, was probably a $2.99 book, maybe a $3.99 at most. And they did 225,000 copies. Yeah, that was a fun little. I knew you'd enjoy that. Of course, I kind of sabotaged you, and you weren't able to pack, but that's all right.
Yeah. Anyway, it's been a good time. Anyway, stores, what did we get wrong? Did you have a better bestseller? I would be curious to know. Anybody who's in the chat, like if you had a number 1 that was not on this list, I'd love to hear about it. So yeah.
And Adam, they say that information wants to be free, and I disagree. I think information should cost you the cost of your email address. So if people want to get the top 400 comic sales every week, how do they do it?
Well, all they got to do is go to pranadm.com or pull out your phone. Just scan the little QR code. Just give us a little scan there. We'll take you to pranadm.com. You can sign up for our newsletter. It is an absolutely free newsletter. So yes, data should be free. This much data is free. So please go ahead and sign up. We also do a weekly, it's a newsletter that we put in everything, all the big stories that we think you're going to be interested in that week. We talk about Prana publishers. We talk about our clients. And we want to make sure that you stay in the know. You want to make sure that everything that you need for your business or career in comics is in that little nugget that comes in no later than noon on Friday, Megan. No later than noon.
Means that I have to get thumbnails ready on Thursday now, apparently.
Right, exactly. It might be later than noon. I'm sorry, but we try. She does a great job. Megan does. Anyway.
Come join the inner circle of comicpreviews.com by going to comicpreviews.com and filling out your information at the top, and you will get incoming transmissions like this from Opal, who is the operational previews and archive liaison. And you'll find missions and quests, and I mean, there may be a shrubbery in there. Who even knows? So go right now to comicpreviews.com and get yourself signed up.
You know what we didn't do? You know what is going to be on FOC on next week that we didn't talk about?
We are so bad at this. This is why I wanted to have Gabe in. Hey, Gabe, remember that part at the beginning where I said we were going to have Gabe back? There we go. Gabe, talk to us about FOC next week.
Sorry.
You get an FOC?
It's next Monday. Issue 3 is on the way.
By this time next week, we'll know what the issue 3 number is. Yes.
And look, if you're a retailer that's thinking to yourself, I really should jump on this Comics the Magazine bandwagon, I'm not going to be that guy. But if you were to head over to, say, Bleeding Cool right now, there might be information that will be helpful to you as you try to make decisions about how many of issue 3 to order or ongoingly, right? Like just how many you should order every month of Comics the Magazine, because we care about you, the retailer.
Yeah.
But anyway,
are you implying there's an
final
article?
order cutoff, or as Brian likes to call it, last call on the Turtles. Look at that Eastman layered cover that has never seen the light of day, and now Rico gets to play with it too. It's unbelievable. I'm going to get the art framed and put on my wall. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. So this cover, by the way, if you haven't been watching, we talk about this probably more because we're so dang proud of this one. This was a piece of art that Kevin Eastman found in his basement that Peter Laird did way back when Peter Laird still drew things. An original Peter Laird piece that Kevin then went in and inked, and then they handed to us, and Rico colored and did his incredible design work. And it's an Eastman Laird Renzi. There you go. We're on the cover of issue 3.
A one of one, if you will.
Yeah, one of one.
There was a website we could go to look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, there is. Look at that. Oh, look at it.
Just wait till we do the reveal on that issue 4 cover. That one's gonna be.
Yeah, this is the one that's gonna break the internet, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you're gonna love this one. This is a good time.
The hits, they keep on coming, and as I look, there was a lot of talk about conventions today.
Yeah.
And as I look at my wrist, it seems like we're only 3 months away from a very big convention that Comics the Magazine hasn't really touched yet, because we're new. I don't know what's going to happen, but when I do know, I'll let you know.
We'll probably talk about it here quite a bit.
Probably. It's almost as if we have a platform for this sort of thing.
Oh, yes. Goodness, fellas. Goodness.
Listen, retailers in the room, I know we are a shenaniganers from way back. We love a good shenanigan.
Everyone loves a good shenanigan.
We love some silly goose energy, and I cannot promise that we're ever going to stop loving silly goose energy. But I can promise you, if you're a comics retailer, and most of you are in the chat who I've seen are either retailers or publishers, I can tell you that the one thing that I personally am most proud of in this issue, in every single issue, is this order form at the end of every Comics the Magazine that talks about every piece that we discussed, everything that was advertised. Hello, advertisers. Everything that was mentioned in a piece. If you are a fan of comics, hopefully you'll be picking up Comics the Magazine. You should be subscribing. If you're a retailer, we do hope that you stay with us through issue 4 and on, because our goal here is to make your job easier. So there you go. That's the real pitch.
Let me do a quick callback. I want to go back to Zaravia CC earlier, who said, I've apologized if I asked this before. If you all did, can I subscribe? Yes, subscribe to this magazine. Put it on your pull list. That is the best signal that you can give your retailer that you want this, that this is important to you. Go smash that pull button right now. And while you're at it, grab your phone.
Yeah.
Take that QR code. Get on the mailing list.
Absolutely.
And get yourself some Comics the Magazine every month. It's great. The first week of the month is going to be your favorite week every month for the rest of your life.
And I can promise you, as we move forward, that silly goose energy that Adam was telling you about, it's not just for the retailers. Just wait. It's coming for you, the reader, as well. That's
absolutely. You might even say that there's some secrets that are already sprinkled.
Secrets?
Bundled in, if you will.
Bundled secrets? I don't think you can do that, Adam. I don't think that's legal, and you're going to get in trouble from retailers. Thanks, Gabe.
Domo arigato.
Adam, I want to talk to you about something.
Oh, okay.
So,
am I in trouble?
This little thing that we got going here.
Yeah.
We started it just over a year ago. It was really just, oh crap, what is going on with the industry? We're screwed. And we turned on cameras and just talked to people. And it turned out there was an audience for that. And people really like that thing. And we've really enjoyed being hosted by the EXP up until now. But like anything, any kid that lives at home eventually has to leave their home. And this is our time, pal. This is our time to move on.
You know what? I will be forever grateful to
100%.
Kyle, the producer, to Jen King, the mom to us all, to Nick Barucci, who has been keeping the experience going just because he wants to give to comics. And I think we have been inspired by their goals, right? The reasons that they show up every single day they show up for the experience, and they show up for comics fans. We've been inspired by that. What they have done for us, we will be forever grateful for. We do have some plans for this show and for some other programs that mean we need a bigger boat. And so this time next week, you are going to start seeing I'm sure the leaky boat that we're going to start with, but we're going to be building our own boat. So if you are not already, please go to either Manage Comics or Prana DMS on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, hit the alert button. We will be back here at Tuesday at 2 p.m. For the foreseeable future, until Brian and I grow hair and we're no longer allowed to do this because we're not bald anymore. Please,
Looking at appliances, buddy. You better be careful on that one.
Seriously, Kyle, Jen, Nick,
Yeah.
Thank you so
100%.
much. You guys have done an incredible thing in building the experience and giving us an opportunity to build an audience. And we will be forever grateful, and we will not be strangers. We will each of us will probably be on experience shows going forward. So
I'm going to steal your gimmick a little bit.
Oh,
and I'm going to actually say to Kyle, to Jen, and to Nick, thank you for saving comics.
Thank you. Yeah, let's just call it at that. Namaste, y'all.
Namaste.